Hello everybody and welcome to the second part of my review. In this part I'm going to answer some questions that I have been asked in comments. Whether the screen is matte or gloss, how about a dual setup with a screen, about the metric type, whether it's IPS or AHIPS, how are the blacks on this monitor, how is the stand, and does it have VESA mount. So if you really want to know how is it going to be to live with this display, please stay tuned. So let's get a bit into details. First of all, this display is matte. I wouldn't buy a gloss display because it's, for my own opinion, it is really annoying to see your own reflections in black. So I would go only for the gloss for the matte for myself. And this display is completely matte. There are no reflections whatsoever. And from this point, it's perfect. As for using this display for a dual setup, I think it's possible to use two of those. It would definitely make a lot of screen space, but the whole idea is that you should have plenty screen space to open several windows on a single display. So would I recommend it? I think no, because I use at work two 25-inch Dell displays, and it's a bit overloading to have such an amount of screen space surrounding you from my own perspective. About the metrics type on this display. This display has a regular IPS metrics. This is from all the specs that I was able to find. It means that it has a very good color and very good color representation, very sharp. The edges of the letters are also very sharp, because you know, in some older LCDs you were able to see a bit colored edges on several letters because the pixels were a bit large and you could see different colors, especially at the edges of the white and black. So how are the blacks on this display? When you are at a perfect angle, they're perfect. When you start to move and it shows on the camera a bit more that you can see with the bare eye because of the CCD structure of this camera, you could see that the blacks are becoming a bit less deep, and this is shown on the camera way more than it happens in reality. In reality, you know, there is a slight difference with the blacks depending on the angle. On the camera it shows more because the CCD on the camera uses polarization just as the matrix on the display, so the effect is doubled or even more with the camera. But the blacks are solid. I'm definitely satisfied with those. As to the stand, it is very solid. It has no free play to it. It has a very good angle to change. But maybe the only thing that is missing is that the height is not adjustable. I would prefer a display with an adjustable height, but in my current setup I'm happy with it. It's very solid, it doesn't shake or anything. It has rubber padding on the bottom side of the stand, so it has a very good grip against the table. This display doesn't come with a VESA mount. The stand has two connection points at the back. Here, this part can be removed, and you can pull it down and remove it. So I think it would be possible to mount it on some different stand, but I really wouldn't go for it and wouldn't recommend it. And the connectors are pointing out from the display and not going over the top or the bottom, so mounting it on the wall would definitely not be a good option. So in my opinion, if it is good for you on the stand as it is, then use it. And if you think of some other application to it or some other usage, I think you would be better off with another type of unit that has proper mounting options. So, thank you for watching Michael's review on the Lenovo L27Q-10 27-inch display.